The first thing we're going to have to figure out is how to count backwards in Python. I don't believe we've done this so far, so let's talk about a few different ways. So given some number, say we want to sing the first 4 verses, we know we can use a range. That's one way to produce a list of numbers. So let's just see, how can we produce a list of numbers? Well, if I say range 4 here in the REPL, it's going to produce this range object, this thing that will produce the numbers when we actually want them. This is an example of a lazy function. So if I want to actually produce those values, I have to say list. Well, it doesn't actually give us the 4th one. So, okay, so it won't include the last number. So if I want the first 4, I actually have to say to 5, but on the other hand, it's also starting at 0, which is not what I want. So if I can say range 1 to 5, and that will actually give me 1 through 4. It's a little bit confusing, but that's how we can get the first 4 numbers. The thing is that in the Bottles of Beer song, we want to go 4, 3, 2, 1, not the other way. So how can we turn this around? Well, we have seen the reversed function. So let's go back and run this as reversed. And again, we see this lazy return. It's not actually producing the values until we want them. So here I can say list reversed. Okay, now I've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Terrific. The next thing that I could do is I can actually, it would be nice if we could say range going from 5 to 1, but that actually, well, let's make it into a list. That actually produces the empty list. So if the beginning, if the starting position, if the starting value is greater than the ending value, then it will produce an empty list. It kind of seems odd to me that that maybe doesn't produce an exception. It just produces an empty list. It might be, seems like it might be common to mix up the start and stop, but that's the way this function works. It produces an empty list. But there's an additional third argument that we can give to range. So if I go list range 1 to 5, or let's go 1 to 10 for the moment, and I say step by 2, it's going to give me every other number. So the third option is a step value. I could say step by 3, and I get 147. So you get the idea. If I wanted all the even numbers, I could say going from 0 to 10, going by 2, and it'll produce all the even numbers in the range from 0 to 10, not including 10. So always remember that the upper range, the upper value of range is not included. So oddly, if we go back to that option where we put a higher value for the start than for the stop, if we make the step be -1, then that will actually produce the values in reverse. But here again, the ending value is not included. So this is a little odd. If I want to go from 5 to 1, I actually have to say 5 to 0, and now I get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So there's a few different options here that you could use for counting down. So whichever one you want to use in your program, it's up to you.